Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. Today we are back in Empire Sin and we are continuing our boss spotlight playthrough or series. Today's video is all about Mabel Ryley. I mean, some of you may have already guessed considering she's on the screen right now. If you did, well done to you. But before we get stuck into the video, guys, if you are interested in Empire Sin content and want to know more about what is happening with Empire Sin this year, then subscribe to the channel, like the video, and of course comment your thoughts below, because as soon as I get information, I will be giving it to you guys. Also, if you have a video idea, a question that you need the answer to, don't forget to pop that down in the comments and I will do my very best to kind of work that into a video and let you guys know, because when it comes to Empire Sin, sometimes it does not tell us the information that we need to know. So if you don't ask, you don't get. So with Mabel, we are going to go over her Empire bonuses. And the first one really to talk about is Fair Price. Now, Mabel is one of the better bosses when it comes to negotiation because she has a trade acceptance of plus 10%, which can be pretty huge. I mean, this game can be manipulated in many ways. And a big part of that is agreeing trades with other bosses and knowing that you can get 10% more money or more goods is just absolutely huge. And it's one of my favorite things about Mabel, to be fair. The next one is a blind betting. And it's an interesting one because it implies that she does particularly good with casinos. It's blind betting and you get a -1 to police activity around your casinos, which could be useful. Every empire, it's pretty good to have a mixture of rackets. So if you do end up having a significant number of casinos, at least with Mabel, the police might be raiding a little bit less. Now, her last one is House Rules, which is again casino related, and casino upgrade cost is -20%, which means we're able to get the better casinos for cheaper. Again, this could be pretty good. 20% is a pretty big number, to be fair. And then we have the brand new perks that kind of got added with the new update as part of the DLC Make It Count and Precinct, and that's that Mabel gets a unique upgrade to the Precinct. Now, as you can see, when you get a chance to attach an upgrade, she has the unique built-in marriage counselor. Now, again, personally, I think it's a bit of a shame that this didn't go together with casinos, but this is for brothels, so your brothel income is increased by 5%. 5% is nowhere near good enough, but what is good is that the precinct customer capacity is plus 180. Now, that's a pretty big number, meaning more people can come in. I quite like this, however. In a playthrough, it doesn't really help too much. It's not as if it makes a huge difference, but it is nice to see. Now, the first stat we're going to be looking at in Mabel is the Marksmanship. Now, Marksmanship is 75, which is okay. I think that 75 Marksman goes quite well with a submachine gun. Personally, we have a 5 defense bonus, which is nothing. We also do have Initiative at 68. Now that's just on the cusp of the 70, which I like to have in characters basically going first in the battle order. We do have the 7 movement, which is great, meaning that we can move, I think it is 14 places on the battle map. But the next 3 stats are all about your in-game options for events, for dialogue options, for even completing some missions, and that's leadership, persuasion, and intimidation. All of these are very low stats. Now, of course, this just affects the beginning portion of your game. Towards the end portion of the game, you can actually increase a lot of these stats, which is helpful. But yeah, at the beginning, not good, probably not going to be able to do quite a lot, especially, for instance, there is an in-game event where the AI will attempt to buy your gangster off you for $150,000. Absolutely amazing, but with this kind of persuasion, it's just not happening. Next up, we have the boss's perks, and she has a couple of interesting ones actually. She doesn't have anything crazy, but what she does have is thick-skinned, and she also has careful. And of course, she has calm. So she has 3. Now, calmed is a 25% chance to bleed out instead of die. That's quite helpful. We do like the boss not dying. Then we have careful, which gives us a 15% chance to resist crit. Then she has thick-skinned, which also gives us a 15% chance to resist crit, meaning that she has a 30% chance to resist critical hits. Now, the AI hit crits all the time. So personally, I think this is pretty good. And I think she has the highest resist crit chance actually in the game. And from my playthrough with Mabel, this really helps out. I think, say the first hour of gameplay, I didn't have a single critical hit Mabel at all, meaning I had more health, meaning I was able to do more damage and didn't actually need to hire a gangster until quite far into my playthrough with her. Moving on to the skill tree, and we will talk about Swindler's Shot near the end of the video. In tier 2, we have a couple of options. So first of all, we have Savior, which regardless of the amount of damage you take, you're guaranteed to bleed out. Now, this is pretty good. If we was to take it, it would kind of nullify Calm. So in my opinion, we don't necessarily need it. I like to go for Knife Throw, which basically means you get to throw a knife at somebody. Now, it only consumes 1 AP, meaning you can spend your last AP to fire your submachine gun, for instance. Meaning you have two attacks with Mabel, hopefully killing 2 people per go. So I like to go for the knife throw personally. In tier 3, I would go for Remedy. Heal the target for 30 HP. Apply the remedy to the target, and it's 30 HP over 3 rounds, so it heals pretty well. Other than that, you have got Break Shot, which is take aim at a target. If successfully hit, it will break the target's weapon. This can be used very, very well in combat. Personally, though, I prefer Remedy. In tier 4, I would probably go for the Poison Tip Blade, put in poison to my knife throw, and that is a status effect which is a 15 tick per turn. I quite like doing that extra damage. Or you could go for rapid reload, meaning that when you need to reload, it doesn't consume an action point. But personally, I would go for the poison tipped blades. Now in tier 5, we actually have a decent one to look at, which is Gun Them Down. Fire a single shot at an enemy within range until you run out of ammo. Could be useful. Personally, I think Kill Chain is a lot better. Fire a shot at a target. If that target is killed, it doesn't end your turn and you get 1 AP back. Kill Chain is so overpowered. And with the combat options and with the way the game currently is, I think submachine guns work for Mabel very, very well. I think that 1 AP weapons would work well. There's currently a melee and handgun kind of combo going on in a game for you know, kind of meta combat right now. It's very, very OP, but I think submachine guns would work very, very nice. And once you start getting those kills, the perks that you get with submachine guns are very, very powerful. In fact, any gun that you start leveling up is going to be powerful. So my advice to you is to pick a weapon and just keep at it. And lastly, I wanted to talk to you about the Swindler's Shot. Now, Mabel has a very nice ability. Obviously, it's 3 kills for the cooldown. That's the state with all the bosses right now. So every 3 kills, you get to use the boss ability. But basically, you fire a single shot that you can then ricochet to 2 other targets. Now, early game, it's devastating, guys. Absolutely devastating. You can just go into every fight knowing that you could pretty much take out 3 people regardless of what's happening, because especially early game, most AI that you meet will only have 50 to 70 health, and Swindler's Shot is extremely overpowered. Honestly, I found the early game with Mabel just so easy. She just, because she's not getting those crit hits hit her, but she's able to deal them out and delete 3 people at a time. I found the combat so easy with her. Like I said, she does also have that trade ability as well, just giving her another thing to be overpowered. I think Mabel is a very good option in the game. If you're looking to have an easier time, maybe this is your first playthrough. If you're looking for your first playthrough, I think Mabel could be the answer for you, because she covers the basics. She covers the easy combat, and she helps you when it comes to negotiating with the AI and getting those weapons that you really need and want too. In conclusion, Mabel Ryley may not be one of the best bosses in the game, but she's definitely no slacker. Worth a try. But let me know down in the comments what you think of Mabel. Is she someone that you've picked up? Is she someone that you have yet to complete a playthrough yet? And don't forget, we also do have a Discord, an active and growing Discord. Lots of Empire Sin people there, as well as family members too. So if you want to ask a question or start a discussion about Empire Sin or just any game in particular, the link will be down in the description. And until next time, I've been the Monk and we've been Critically Clueless, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take it easy.
On it. Joking.